This is one of my favorite weeks of the high school football season. Coaches always say at the beginning of the year, if they get to practice on Thanksgiving, it's been a successful year, and we got some teams that are going to be doing just that in the third round of the state playoffs. Going to start with our Georgia teams. Camden County, a huge win on the road last week. They went to McEachern and waxed them 26-0. Next up is a trip to unbeaten Mill Creek. It's the first time these teams have met. Jordan Hardy and Jamarley Riddle have done it on the ground for Camden all season. The last time Camden was in the state quarterfinals was in 2012. It's the final season of a Coach Jeff Herron's first stint in Kingsland. That's a great game on Friday for Camden 7A. In 2A, Fellowship Christian coming to Pierce County, and it's been a great season for the Bears. Quarterback Cade McGatha had 3 touchdown passes to Carson Sloan last week for the Bears. This is the 9th trip to the state quarterfinals for Pierce. 4 of those have come under Coach Ryan Herring, so it's going to be a great one up at Blackshear on Friday night. Moving over to our 3-1R, Union County, a big win last week over Fort White, but they have a tough trip to Madison County and Boot Hill. Union County won this matchup last season, but Madison has been phenomenal this year. In Region 1-1M, Orlando Christian Prep is visiting Trinity Christian. The Conquerors should win this game. Trinity's offense starting to click, and that's what you want to see if you're the Conquerors in this one. So that'll be a good one at Trinity on Friday night. I like this matchup in Region 1-2M. Bulls visiting Orlando Bishop Moore. Now, Bulls lockdown reigns last week with defense. You know, Bulls had some problems on defense this year, but now they are on the road to Orlando Bishop Moore. Bulls' defense with guys like Trent Carter and Garrison Butler has gotten into a groove, and that was a weak spot of theirs early on this season. So Bulls a chance to get to its 5th consecutive state semifinal. Moving into our top 4 games this week in Region 1-4S, one of the best games in the state. And, you know, one of Bartram Trail's worst losses in program history came this season to Buchholz, 44-7 just a few weeks ago. But the Bears have gotten on a roll. Running back Lathan Biddle coming off career games, rushing games of 333 and about $190 in wins in the Panhandle. Buchholz is 12-0. Buchholz beat Bartram last year when Bartram was 12-0 this game, so we'll see if there's any bit of payback there for the Bears. I think this will be one of the best, if not the best game in the area on Friday night. Fort Walton Beach Choctawhatchee visiting St Augustine in Region 1-3S. The Jackets have been our #1 team all season long, and they look sharp on the ground and on defense last week in a big win over Pensacola Escambia. This should be a great defensive clash. The Yellow Jackets try to get to that state semifinal. 2 of the best ones around this week. Mandarin going to Sanford Seminole. I think this may be the state's best game this week in the higher classifications. Mandarin's only been past this stage 1 time and went on to win a state championship that season. They beat #1 seed Lake Mary last week. Great defensive game, and that one 36-10. Tiant Weiss ran the ball extremely well. So the Mustangs going on the road again to Sanford Seminole, trying to get it done. Rematch of last year's first-round game. And a #1 game this week, Baker County and Bradford meet again in the 3rd round. They did it last year again, too. Bradford won that game. 2 very, very good defensive teams. Bradford has been our #2 team most of the season. This will not be an easy game for the Tornadoes, even though it may seem like it. This is going to be a great defensive game. Kevin Mays and the Wildcats have been getting it done. Now, that'll do it for our high school football talk. Alessandra's got a little bit more for you with some college football conversation. Alessandra?